Is Dave Ramsey's advice really the financial gospel it's made out to be, or is there more beneath the surface? Today, we're diving deep into the world of Dave Ramsey, the financial guru who promises to lead you out of debt with his famous 7 baby steps. But how effective are these strategies really? Are they suitable for everyone, and what does the financial community really think about them? Dave Ramsey is a name synonymous with personal finance and debt-free living. His radio shows, books, and financial courses have reached millions. His approach, often seen as straightforward and foolproof, has garnered a large following. However, not everything is as perfect as it seems. Today, we'll uncover some lesser-known facts about Ramsey's methods, exploring both the successes and the controversies. Section 1. Understanding Ramsey's philosophy. Dave Ramsey's approach to personal finance has captivated millions, championed through his radio show, best-selling books, and motivational speeches. His philosophy, encapsulated in the 7 baby steps, is widely promoted as a foolproof system to lead anyone out of debt and into a life of financial freedom. Ramsey's advice starts with saving a $1,000 emergency fund, followed by aggressively paying off all debt using the debt snowball method, where debts are paid from smallest to largest to build momentum and confidence. But the Ramsey method isn't just about debt repayment, it's a full-fledged lifestyle adjustment. Step 3 involves saving 3 to 6 months of expenses, providing a buffer that many find reassuring but challenging to accumulate. Subsequent steps include investing 15% of household income into retirement accounts, setting up college funds for children, paying off the home early, and building wealth to give generously. Ramsey's insistence on using cash instead of credit to prevent new debt is part of a broader strategy to cultivate a disciplined financial mindset. However, despite the success stories touted by the Ramsey program, critics argue that his method can be too stringent for those with variable incomes or those living in high-cost areas. Furthermore, his blanket rejection of all debt, including not using credit cards or taking loans for investments, can be impractical and even detrimental, depending on personal circumstances. These aspects of Ramsey's advice might be effective for some, but others may find them restrictive and not adaptable to their financial situations. While the steps offer a blueprint, the real question is, how do they stand up under scrutiny? Section 2. Critiques and limitations. While Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps have guided numerous individuals to financial solvency, financial experts often point out several key limitations in his approach that may not align with everyone's economic realities. One primary critique is the one-size-fits-all nature of his advice. In today's diverse economic landscape, where factors such as fluctuating income levels, student loans, and regional living costs play significant roles, a rigid plan may not be feasible for everyone. Critics argue that Ramsey's strict no-debt policy lacks flexibility for modern financial strategies, like leveraging good debt for investments or utilizing credit for building a credit score that can be beneficial in securing future loans at better rates. Moreover, Ramsey's intense focus on aggressive debt repayment, which often suggests cutting out all non-essential expenses, can be unrealistic and unsustainable for long periods. This approach can lead to burnout and a reduced quality of life, with little room for emergency spending, which isn't always feasible. Critics also highlight that Ramsey's advice often excludes or oversimplifies discussions about insurance, retirement diversification, and real estate investments, which are crucial elements of a comprehensive financial plan. Experts also challenge Ramsey's dismissal of credit cards and debt entirely. They argue that when used responsibly, credit cards can offer benefits such as rewards, buyer protection, and the opportunity to build credit history, which is crucial for future financial activities like buying a home or starting a business. But it's not just experts who have their say. Let's look at how real people have fared following Ramsey's advice. Section 3. Real-life successes and failures. Dave Ramsey's strategies are not without their success stories, which often highlight individuals and families who have dramatically transformed their financial landscapes by following his 7 baby steps. These narratives typically showcase significant debt reduction, disciplined budgeting, and the joy of financial freedom. For instance, testimonials frequently featured in Ramsey's media channels recount how adhering strictly to the baby steps enabled people to pay off tens of thousands of dollars in debt in just a few years, illustrating the potential power of Ramsey's advice when applied diligently. However, alongside these glowing successes are the stories of those who struggled with or ultimately abandoned Ramsey's methods. For many, the prescribed financial austerity was too severe, leading to frustration and a sense of deprivation. For example, some individuals found the rigid budgeting and the intense focus on debt repayment incompatible with their family needs or unforeseen expenses, like medical emergencies or essential home repairs. Others have expressed concerns that Ramsey's plan doesn't adapt well to lower-income families or those with unstable job security, where saving a $1,000 emergency fund or investing 15% of income into retirement isn't just challenging, it's often not feasible. The real-life effectiveness of Ramsey's advice reveals a spectrum of experiences. These accounts suggest that while his steps can be a blueprint for success, they may also require adaptation to better fit the varied financial situations people face today. These real-life stories highlight the complexity of financial advice, but what about the psychology behind it? Section 4. Psychological impact of Ramsey's advice. The influence of Dave Ramsey's financial advice extends beyond the wallet. It reaches into the minds and emotions of those who try to implement his strategies. Ramsey's approach, which emphasizes intense discipline and a strict no-debt policy, often creates a binary view of financial health that can lead to significant psychological stress. For some, the clear structure and aggressive repayment plan can lead to feelings of empowerment and control over one's financial destiny, boosting mental well-being, and reducing anxiety related to debt. However, the psychological impact for others can be less positive. The stringent budgeting required can lead to what some psychologists term frugality fatigue, where prolonged restriction leads to resentment or severe burnout. Moreover, Ramsey's demonization of all debt can instill a sense of shame or failure in those who are unable to adhere strictly to his steps or find themselves needing to take on debt for unforeseen circumstances. This black and white thinking neglects the nuances of personal finance, where sometimes strategic debt can be beneficial. Mental health professionals also point out that while Ramsey's steps can reduce stress for those who succeed, they can exacerbate anxiety and depression for those who struggle, creating a cycle of guilt over failing the program. These emotional responses are critical to understand as they can influence financial decisions, potentially leading to hasty choices that might worsen one's financial situation rather than improve it. Understanding the full scope of Ramsey's influence also means looking at his financial empire. Section 5. The business behind the advice. Beyond his role as a personal finance guru, Dave Ramsey has constructed a substantial business empire that intersects heavily with his financial advice. This empire not only includes his popular radio show and best-selling books, but also encompasses a range of products and services designed to implement his financial principles. Key among these are his Financial Peace University, a series of classes that guide participants through his 7 baby steps, and his network of endorsed local providers, ELP, which connects individuals to financial professionals who adhere to Ramsey's philosophy. The success of these ventures is undeniable, but they also raise questions about the potential conflicts of interest between Ramsey's advice and his commercial interests. Critics suggest that the pressure to follow his steps exactly as prescribed may in part be driven by the business model that profits from course fees and commissions from ELP referrals. This interdependence suggests that Ramsey's advice might sometimes serve to enhance his business's bottom line as much as, or perhaps more than, it serves those seeking financial freedom. Moreover, Ramsey's enterprise has been criticized for its aggressive stance against critics and former employees, with reports of strict company policies and significant control over employees' personal financial decisions. These aspects of Ramsey's business practices add another layer to understanding the full impact of his financial advice, suggesting that the empire behind the guru is as complex as the advice itself. So, where does all this leave potential followers of Ramsey's advice? We've taken a closer look at Dave Ramsey's financial advice, the empire behind it, and its real-world impacts. While his steps can provide a clear path for many, they are not without their criticisms and drawbacks. It's important for individuals to consider their unique circumstances and possibly consult with a financial advisor to tailor a plan that's right for them.